What if I were to suggest that you play a key role in the awakening world? And that you are watching this because you have heard the call. We can start right now by opening our hearts and minds. Welcome to the awakening world.
Good morning and welcome, everybody. I'm Love Coach Scott D. Thomas, and it is the Sacred Sunday edition of the Awakening World. I want to welcome all of our friends that are in the Zoom room, and of course, I see a lot of our regulars, and always is just great to put in every time where you are geographically. It's fun for our guest presenters to see that. And I want to welcome everybody who's watching on Facebook. I saw last night we were on 100 different Facebook groups and pages. So thank you to John and Summer Raymer from the Sign Network. And for those of you that are watching on Facebook, welcome. It's a great idea for you to actually come into our Zoom room. That way we can chat more easily with you. And we have a really wonderful show today. Johanna Beekman, who is absolutely one of our favorite musical artists, is now co-hosting with me, and I'm loving it. It's really fun to be able to co-host with people like Johanna. And it's because we are celebrating this wonderful festival that she's putting together. For those of you who joined us last night, you heard some of the music, some of the amazing people who are going to be there, like Donna Delory was with us last night. Well, today we're going to have more. We're going to have music from Johanna. We're going to have music from Larisa Stow. And our beloved Brother Omashar is with us. So we're going to have live music today. And also more conversation with Johanna about what it takes to put together a festival like she's putting together with Bhakti Love. But back to those of you watching on Facebook, what I'd like to suggest is go to globalpeacetribe.com, globalpeacetribe.com, and register. See what says join summer season now or register. Just click either of those links and that'll take you to the registration page. And there you'll see all the different shows that we have this weekend. And when you register, you're going to get the links for all of our shows from now until the end of September. We do a show every Friday night, Saturday night, and Sunday morning. And our shows are always dynamic, filled with extraordinary people like Johanna and Omashar. So definitely register and come and join us. All right. Well, one last thing. Want to invite those of you that are in the Zoom room and those of you that are on Facebook to come on over. You know, there's a lot of hard stuff going on in our world right now. There are a lot of passages, people dying, people having health crisis. So we're going to conclude today's show with a big mass prayer. We're all going to pray together. And if you have photographs of anyone you want for me to pray to, for us to pray for, I'll pull up a photo of Linda Francis, Gary Zukoff's wife who passed away. I'm going to pull up a photograph of a woman that Larisa Stow was very close to who passed away. Any of you who have people that you want us to, and I'll put together like a little slideshow, if you will. Send those photos to me either on Facebook Messenger or email them to me. Facebook Messenger or email. And my email address is really easy. It's my initials, sc@lovecoachscott.com. SC, my initials, sc@lovecoachscott.com. And I'll put together a little slideshow, and then together we will all do prayer for those families, those friends who are going through transitions and challenging times. All right, I'm going to lead a very brief meditation just to help us drop in. And then Omashar is going to play a little music. And then we get to have a beautiful morning with Johanna Beekman, who I got to say has become one of my favorite human beings. I adore her. And she's going to play some music and talk with us and share about her festival. So it's going to be a really, really wonderful show. So I want to invite everybody to now drop in with me, and let's just kind of close our eyes. Let's just start with the breath, breathing at our own pace. And as we breathe, just allowing my voice to gently guide you as you go deeper and deeper inside of yourself. I invite you as you breathe consciously to drop into the universe of you. Tuning into your body temple. What's taking place in your body temple right now? Right. Places in your body that maybe need some more love, some more attention. How are you feeling emotionally? What are some of the feelings, emotions that are present for you this morning? How well resourced are you? Have you had enough food, water? Did you get enough rest last night? That wonderful question that Marshall Rosenberg always taught us to ask. What's alive for you this morning? What are you thinking about? What's important to you? And it could be something significant, or it might be something very simple. But where's your attention? What are you thinking about? What's alive for you? This beautiful festival that we're celebrating is called Bhakti Love. And we talked about what Bhakti means last night. And I know many of you were with us. But for those of you who weren't, it's all about love. It's all about devotion. It's all about going deeper into the beauty of our love. Maybe it's spiritual love. Maybe it's love of another. Maybe it's love of an archetype. Maybe it's love of humanity itself. So we're going to be learning and experiencing Bhakti love today. And so what do you feel devotion towards? Perhaps it's planet Earth. Perhaps it's a spiritual figure. Maybe many of us have spiritual teachers like Jesus or Yogananda or Mary Magdalene that we love to connect to, that are meaningful towards us. But let's today really drop into a deeper sense of our own personal Bhakti love as we celebrate the upcoming Bhakti Love Festival, Bhakti Love Reunion. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to beautiful, beloved Omashar. You can open your eyes, come on back into the room. And here is our dear brother, Omashar.
In the beginning when we were one, life was fun. The human race had just begun. When you were children you laughed and played in the sun. So tell me now, where have you gone? Come back and play with the divine. You're part of me, walking through time. I didn't leave you in the dark. You are the jewel of my heart. We could never be apart. I yearn for you endlessly, a field of dreams in between. You are the children of the sun, all of you. The world awaits your point of view. So come back and play with the divine. You're part of me, walking through time. I didn't leave you in the dark. You are the jewel in my heart. We could never be apart. Come back and play with the divine.
That's such an important message for us, Omashar. It's a really important message.
It is. It's like non-denominational. We're all children of the sun, no matter how you look at it. We're all emanating from the sun. And the final lyric in this song is, the world awaits our point of view. You know, it's us who is creating this future moment. So thank you.
Well, speaking of children of the sun, I am putting the spotlight on one of my absolute favorite children of the sun and her daughter, that was Floridian, her doggy. This is Johanna, and many of you have seen Johanna Beekman on our show before. But for any of you who don't know who she is remarkable. She is many, many things. Johanna is an incredible yogini. She is one of our favorite musical artists, and she's the co-founder of the Bhakti Love Reunion. And as a chant artist, she has served as a pollinator. I love that way of putting it. A pollinator of Bhakti and Yoga circuits for over a decade. She produced this beautiful music video, and we're going to play it today. It's called the Mantra Sangha. I've played it before, and it's wonderful. It highlights 24 Bhakti artists, including Krishna Das, and others from all over the world. She founded Shakti United USA Festival. She created Lullaby Yoga, and she's an advocate for underrepresented people. She's raised money, she's created many albums, and she's just a most beloved woman who has now created this incredible festival that's going to take place in mid-September here in Central California. I say here because I'm in California. So welcome, Johanna. Thank you so much for who you are and all that you bring.
Thank you, Scott. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. Here, can you hear me well, everybody? Yes.
Yes, today we're hearing you well.
Beautiful. I was a little quiet last night, so we want to make sure we can be heard, right? Yeah, it's so lovely to be with you, and thanks for having me on the show. It's nice to meet you, Omashar. And what a beautiful message. And that is the message of Bhakti Yoga is, we are one with the divine. And as we sing these sacred names or sing uplifting mantras, we rewire our neural pathways and remind ourselves that we are indeed one with the divine, and we're able to access this love that we seek externally in our society from within and from vibrational sound. And it's a beautiful practice, and I find it to be accessible to anyone in the fusion stylings of my taste of Bhakti Yoga music, like Donna Delori, who we had last night, people who create mantra fusion as well as more traditional voices to go deeper into the practice. So I'm excited to share that and ecstatic dance and yoga at this incredible sacred land, and we'll talk more about that.
Well, and let's take a look. Again, the website is bhaktilove.com. So definitely make sure that you put your name in and subscribe right off the bat. And I'm going to actually go through and let's just take a few pictures. We'll scroll down. It's September 15th to the 18th near Lake Isabella, Central California. And look at all the people you've lined up. It's incredible. And so many of these are our favorite artists, and a lot of artists that I look forward to discovering.
Absolutely. And that's really the intention, is that it is our favorites that we love, but also bringing in new, fresh energy and people who have not necessarily been seen and heard as much as they deserve to be, maybe underrepresented or just for whatever reason haven't had that opportunity. I made a real point of reaching back out to those people that I hadn't heard or seen their names before to see how we could support them. When I heard their music and it impressed me, that's what matters, or the heart, the intention. Yeah, and we'll have kids and smoothies and glamping tents, as we were just looking at, that are really gorgeous. We've got lots of glamping left. There's also teepees on site. The site is native owned, so there's also a sweat lodge that hopefully will have an elder from the community to lead. That is our workshop temple. You can see that yoga space is more of a workshop space. We've got fire dancers, a beautiful huge pool, and a beautiful turf area to practice your yoga. You're right next to it. All organic and vegetarian, as well as other options for food, vendors, and free public hot springs within 30 minutes of this beautiful festival site. And that little pond has paddle boats there on site, so you can actually go out if you just want to take a break from the yoga and all of the blissful activities and take a moment with yourself on the water or on the grass near the water under the trees. Masood Ali Khan, my dear friend, plays the hung drum there, and obviously he's also a professional model. So we don't mind hanging out with him and learning from him, because he's a deep practitioner as well. He's Sienna Sherman, one of our most powerful yoga teachers, partners. And this is a woman who has inspired my musical journey. I know Scott has known her for a long time, Jaya Lakshmi. She's been in many projects like Lost at Last and now Kirtronica. We're really highlighting sound healing as well, and more electronic conscious music. So we have noon and 10 p.m. every day. We have ecstatic dances, and 7 p.m. Dance temple. And then Lydia's raw organic kitchen, we all know and love. They're amazing food to feed our bodies so that we can be in practice and in our heart centers and giving our vessels the nourishing things that they need. So if you go to the Get Tickets,
tickets.
There's more information on glamping and car camping, and if you have an RV, you can bring that. Also, yes, please arrive on Thursday. Nancy had a post on our website. We have a pre-immersion with Saul David Ray on Thursday, and a diversity panel, and a fire ceremony with Nandiji, and then kirtan around the fire all night, every night with participants. So you are a part of our lineup. So please come, bring your instruments, play music. And their TPs are quite gorgeous and in a really quiet area. So that's what we know. All of our, I think all of our units in the housing is already sold out. So that's good news for us. And we are making our glamping just as comfortable as home as we can. So please don't be afraid to come. It's not as harsh as previous festival environments. There's microclimates everywhere where everyone can find a safe space to be.
Beautiful. Well, speaking of music, would you prefer to play something live now, or for me to play your Mantra Sangha video?
I am tuned up for either, but I think Mantra Sangha would be a really lovely way to kind of, after talking about the festival, this project was something that was birthed out of the pandemic. I called up a bunch of my friends internationally to see if they would be a part of my first audio and video production that I was producing. And to my surprise and delight, they all said yes, including the original teacher, Sri Shakti Amma in India. We have their voice at the beginning of this beautiful chant, and one of my teachers, Krishna Das, and Gina Salah, and so many other incredible bhakti artists. And it led into an online festival called the One Heart Festival. So I guess there's been a lot leading up to the festival production of Bhakti Love Reunion for me, and this was part of that kind of growing into the producer hat that now I'm also juggling. My Enneagram 7 personality type likes to serve many, many, many spaces. So Mantra Sangha, Health and Healing.
I love this video, and so enjoy it, everybody. It is absolutely, it's an amazing production that she pulled together. So kick back and enjoy this beautiful video.
Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi. Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi. Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi. Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi.
Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi. Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi. Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi. Om Krim Mahakali Sarvarogam Nasi Nasi.
Om Krim Mahakali
Wow, I haven't watched that for a while. I got choked up.
I've got tears. I've got tears, Johanna. It is such an exquisite production on so many levels.
So that's what Dharma is. You know, that calling that something needs to come through you. And that the world can be benefited from us coming together and sharing. And that was the calling in that. And these kids are doing so great in Nepal, you know, and we have this little part in that healing of the large picture. And so that's why we're here gathering with the Global Peace Tribe. That's why we're gathering with Bhakti Love Reunion in September in California. It's bringing our hearts back to center. The earth is rebalancing. We are rebalancing. And Spirit's aligning us with something much greater. And if we're present to witness that, really present in our hearts, that is the purpose. That's the practice. So thank you for sharing that message, Scott. I'm so grateful. And I didn't expect to be choked up by my own production. So thanks for witnessing my vulnerability as well.
Oh, it's beautiful. And I've got tears in my eyes too now. You know, they were like right there. And then when I saw you crying, it's like, okay, now I'm, you know.
Yeah.
So I want to read some comments from people. And then I actually want to ask you a couple of questions about that production that I've always wondered. But just a few, there's a lot of comments coming in, a lot of people on Unified. By the way, we have people from Germany, Austria, Australia, all over the United States and Canada watching.
Amazing. Well, let's go do Global Peace, Bhakti Love, Germany or Australia. Hit us up, guys. Let's come out. Retreat Germany.
There's a whole lot going on in Ecuador in September. Maybe we'll do that. Jarina, who is in Ecuador, writes all about there's going to be a whole big pyramid unveiling. So who knows? We're getting invited to Ecuador right now. Karen Eisenberg writes, my heart is overfilled with so much love. Thank you, Johanna. What a beautiful video. Scotty Satori from Maui writes, it's so awesome seeing Gina Sala. This is incredible. So awesome. Thank you. Atira writes, what an awesome gathering. This is amazing. Thank you. I am in tears. She's in Tucson, Arizona. Suzanne from Ashland, Oregon. Wow, that was exquisite indeed. Mary Beth, so beautiful. I have tears too. Thank you, Johanna. Jeffrey Colebrook, we were dancing with joy just now. And I did. I saw Jeffrey Dan.
Well, we're all like, oh, the kids. That's
I'll
part
put
of it. That's
video
all
up.
devotion, radical vulnerability, dancing, joy. That's the beauty.
Yeah. How did you edit that? Like, how did you create that tapestry?
Well, it's much like kind of when I'm songwriting, I have like, there's a palette, like a blank canvas, and I see different parts layering with each other, and I hear them. And I had to learn how to produce during the pandemic because I've always thought in loops, and I've always thought in multiple vocal parts, in harmony. And that's with, other voices, with instruments, with all things, right? And so I feel like that's, with the production of this, the audio production was a whole thing. And thank you, Ben Leinbach and Hans Christian. I had them on speed dial. They're really pros in this world of sacred and devotional music. And then the video, one of my best friends and also assistant and bassist for 12 years had gone to video production school in college, and it was right before she moved off-grid somewhere in France to homestead. So we had one summer left together, and we were outdoors working on this, getting the palette on the screen, because I had this really clear vision when this melody came through. I was really near where the festival will be, the Bhakti Love Reunion. I was near the free public hot springs that I was talking about there. And this mantra, I found it online from Sri Shakti Amma. And then I did a sadhana, or a 40-day practice, with my mala beads, which Durga right now is holding, 108 beads. So I sang Om Krim Mahakali Sarva Rogam Nasi 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 Nasi, over and over until this melody came through. And then I started to see my teachers, Ram Das, who blessed me in the womb, Krishna Das, who I learned from Ram Das and Krishna Das as a young songwriter, this kirtan practice, and Gina Salah, who someone just mentioned in Hawaii. I know she goes there a lot. She's one of my teachers, and actually, we've traced it back to I was 12 or 14 in a Wings program, and she was teaching freedom of voice or something like that. So we have a deep history. And then later, with Bhakti, she's taught me Sanskrit, I went to her sound school, and she lives up here in the Pacific Northwest. So I started to see these more traditional friends, Ragini, who grew up in an ashram singing raga, our friend Kamini that was on the show last night, who founded the Oracle Collective and is obviously very Indian in her accent and everything. I was hearing and seeing all of these people on screen. And then I've been fundraising for these kids in Nepal through my Shakti shop, which is, imports and things that I get from people in Nepal who bring them in. They wholesale them to me, and I sell them and give a portion back to Nepal, as well as support my own traveling. So that's part of when I go to a festival, I have a booth and I'm supporting these kids in Nepal. So they're always in my heart. But as a person from the West who has learned so much from these places, it's really important for me to honor people from these traditions. So I was calling Gina saying, hey, do you know Sri Shakti Amma? I have this mantra and it just keeps coming through, and I have this melody and I really want to, I would like to honor it. And so I jumped in, and Sri Shakti Amma said yes. The whole ashram was behind it in southern India, and there we are. But it was a really amazing. It's almost like a Rubik's cube, but like I know where the pieces are gonna land, if that makes sense. There's like this spirit feeds through pieces. I can't say that it's me. Spirit feeds me, and if I'm listening, it comes together. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what happened here. It was just so graceful. And if I had tried to make something happen like that, which there was a little bit of that, but it was spirit fed. So it's a different intention, right? I think it would have ended up a lot differently if I'd pushed and made it like, we got to do this thing. It felt more like ease and grace, ease and grace. So that was a long answer, but thank you for the
No,
question.
that
I
was
had a
a
lot to say
beautiful
about it.
answer. Because
Yeah.
it's a wonderful lesson for all of us, Johanna. And I'm sure everybody watching knows what it's like when we're in the flow, right?
Yeah.
When you're in that beautiful flow, and we're still having to do what we do, but we're
Yeah.
not efforting, we're not swimming upstream, right?
Right.
We're still swimming, but we're in the flow of the river.
Yeah.
You know?
And that's not to say that there aren't challenges. I was there sitting with this microphone, my new, studio mic, and I was calling my producer like, Ben, how do I make it work? How do I make it work? And it was really quiet and far away like this, right?
Huh?
Like this. He's like, after 2 hours, we got on a Zoom and he says, turn it around. It's backwards. It'll work better the other way, So there were those moments where it's like, Spirit's feeding me this thing, but this freaking technology is between me and the thing. And how do I get the thing when there's this thing in between? But that's growth mindset, like letting myself be open to those challenges and coming out the other side. I'm just saying, like, let's not be magical about it. We're always going to have challenges, but it's what do we do with those challenges?
Yeah.
How do we
Beautiful.
stay teachable?
Jeffrey reminded us of that wonderful children's rhyme, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. And it's the best children's rhyme because it's life. Row your boat, our life, gently down the stream.
Yeah.
And then be merry about it because life, it is a dream world, it's a dream world. So thank you,
Yeah.
Jeffrey, for that beautiful reminder. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's true. It is. And merrily we will be, but it's that gentle, more ease, please. One of my friends in the Bhakti community said one time, I was like, yes, that's it. So
More
that's a motto,
ease.
more ease, please, more
More
ease, please, more
yeah.
ease, please. Allowing it to be a joyful and easeful process is really amazing. And I just saw that comment. Now I'm on the comments too. Unforeseen opportunities rather than challenges. I love that. Thank you. Nancy just said that. And that is true. The language choice is really important when we're working on rewiring our neural pathways.
Totally.
So allowing us to be conscientious and take that moment to think, is there a way to reframe challenge? I love that, Nancy. Thank you.
Let's hear from Larisa Stow.
That sounds great.
You've got so many amazing people playing, and of course, Larisa is one of our favorites. She's co-host. I was actually with her. Went down to Long Beach and spent a weekend at her home. Finally met her husband and the wild child, and we did some.
The wild child is right. I remember when
Wild
I
child.
adopted her.
Oh yeah. She's a piece of work. She's awesome. Anyway, so I yesterday did a pre-record because Larisa is doing a whole big event this weekend. So let's take a look at what Larisa had to say about Bhakti Fest reunion and Bhakti Love reunion.
Bhakti Love reunion.
Bhakti Love reunion.
Not to
Bhakti
be confused.
Love reunion. Bhakti Love reunion.
We're just going to go Bhakti Love, Bhakti Love, Bhakti Love, Bhakti Love. That's been 7 times now. Do we get it? Bhakti Love,
Bhakti Love, Bhakti Love, Bhakti Love.
Well, actually, we're making t-shirts. Bhakti equals love. And then everyone will remember Bhakti Love is the name of this festival. Larisa is a beautiful spirit, and thank you. I'm gonna mute myself and receive this magic.
Yeah, this is wonderful, and you haven't seen this before, so you'll really enjoy what she has to say.
Absolutely.
We are with Larisa Stow, one of my absolute favorite human beings, a frequent co-host and collaborator, but today you get to tell us all about your relationship to this upcoming festival. What does the Bhakti Love reunion mean to you?
For me, more than anything else, it's about all of us coming together. It's about having this reunion of just beautiful souls. It's getting to love each other. Like seriously, like when I think about Bhakti Love, I think about, oh my God, I can't wait to see all these beautiful souls that I love. The artists, like I love the artists. Like we've gotten so close over the years, you know, doing all these festivals together, that they've truly become family. And every time I see them, I'm just like, oh my God, you know, it's just like, these are my peeps. And I so love like all the community and the family of fans that have turned into like my closest friends, you know, on the planet. Um, you know, I say fans, but that feels funny to say because it's like that's how we met through the music. But it's really like this incredible, you know, heart space and community of beloveds, you know, that I get to go commune with in music and in the vibration of music and the vibration of consciousness of higher vibrational mindset and heart set. So, you know, for me, that's what it's all about, because it's the community that keeps coming back together, you know, to move into these higher vibrational fields. And then we send that out, you know, to the world. And for a lot of us, you know, Bhakti Fest really brought us together. And Shakti Fest brought us together over the years. And we came to really depend on it in a way, you know, for sustenance, our for our souls to be nourished together. And you know, we haven't had Bhakti Fest for a while, we haven't had Shakti Fest for a while. And so, you know, Johanna had this idea of knowing that Kenneth, you know, was putting together these festivals during this time. She reached out to him and like, let's do this, you know, and got Kenneth enrolled, Kenneth Schwenker. And so, you know, this beautiful gathering of artists and community is happening. So I'm just in deep gratitude that it's continuing, you know, that these festivals really have been sustenance and nourishment, you know, for our beautiful community are continuing. We need this. We need this. As much as we need food, as much as we need the water and the air we breathe, we need each other, you know, to grow.
Beautifully stated. And just who are you been playing with? Are you bringing your band? Are you playing with different people? Who are you going to be playing with?
Well, right now that is a question. To be honest with you. So originally we got booked for the Serenity Festival, which is in Aztec, New Mexico, on Saturday night. So I was thinking, okay, I'll come and I'll do a workshop because it's easier with the budget, and it's a smaller festival, you know, to make all that happen. But just recently I'm like, gosh, it would be so beautiful to have the whole band there if we can make it work. It's a huge freaking drive from from Bakersfield out to Aztec, New Mexico, and it's a lot of logistics to work out. But my heart is really wanting to have the band there. So we'll see. We're seeing if we can make that work. And if not, I think that Bethany Grace will at least go with me.
Oh, great. Good.
You know, so no matter what, you know, ends up happening at the festival, we're going to bring it and really bring the love and bring the consciousness and bring the music. So we shall see.
And speaking of music, we are about to play one of my favorite Larisa Stow songs. It's the theme song for Global Peace Tribe, Peacemakers. So as a way of introducing Peacemakers, anything you want to share about the song we're about to see?
Well, Scott, I feel like this song right now feels more important than ever, honestly. Like, you know, I've always felt that way. Every time, you know, like it's many years ago that I wrote this song. It was actually on right after 9/11 that I wrote this, when I was sitting there watching the news and feeling really freaked out. by what was happening in the world. And we were being told to tape up our doors and windows at the time on the news because of possible terrorist attack. It was just bizarre. And the fear was so big. I got out. Do you know James Twyman, Emissary of Light? Do you know that book? James
Oh,
Twyman.
what just happened? Oh yeah, I know Jimmy.
You know Jimmy? Okay. So I got out his book because he has all these peace prayers, and was so inspired to write the song of the Peacemakers based upon Sermon on the Mount. And at the time, it felt like the most important thing I could do was write these prayers of peace from the different religions to bring people together. But I'll tell you, it feels even more timely. It feels like we're coming, you know, like everything is just like coming to this head more and more and more, like the polarity of consciousness. It's more important than ever to love till there is no enemy. You know, to, like Christ said, love your enemies, you know, do good to those who hurt you. But I feel like that next level is really love till there is no enemy, till you don't even see an enemy anymore. You just see a soul that may have different ways of looking at things, and maybe they're in massive fear and massive wounding, but they're from God. You know, they are, you know, from our source just as much as we are. So if we can see that in each other, no matter what, no matter if somebody's coming at us, like, you know, the story of Gandhi when he was walking through Muslim territory, and one of the Muslims came up to him who was just so angry at him and started strangling Gandhi. And Gandhi didn't fight back. He relaxed and into this. He was not going to fight. And this man felt that surrender in Gandhi, and he couldn't strangle him anymore. He dropped his hands. He looked at him and was just completely blown away, and his heart was blown open. And he ended up becoming Gandhi's bodyguard after that, like followed him everywhere.
I've never heard that story before. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's like one of the most profound stories that has affected me, and has been kind of a foundational teaching and an example of what's possible when we choose love no matter what. And that's what this song is to me, is choosing to love till there is no enemy, because there is only one organism. And even if that organism, you know, has autoimmune disease and is fighting itself, right? It's still one organism. So how do we bring that organism back into homeostasis, into balance, which comes from love, from profound love?
Right? Like, it's such an important song. So with no further ado, I am going to now play. This is from actually when she was on our show in January. She co-hosted, and I said, would you play Peacemakers? And she said, for sure. So here is Larisa Stow playing Peacemakers.
The Weevolution. And lifting it up. And lifting up that vibration in ourselves and remembering who we are. Hey, yeah. Oh, hey, yeah. Hey, yeah. Love, 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 love. Your enemy. Love, 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 your enemies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But do good, 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 good to those who hurt you. Do good, 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 good to those who hurt you. We're gonna sing it again. Sing with us. Love, 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 love.
good, 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 good to those who hurt you.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
we shall be the peacemakers.
We shall be the peacemakers.
We shall be called
We shall be called
children of God.
children of God.
Children of bless, bless, bless those who curse you.
Bless, 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 bless those who curse you.
Oh, and pray, pray, pray for those who abuse you. And pray, pray, pray for those who abuse you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
We shall be the peacemakers.
We shall be the peacemakers.
We shall be called
We shall be called
children of God.
children of God.
Children of God.
Children of love.
Feeling it into our hearts, dropping into who we really are. We're in an incredible time right now. We're in the time that we chose to incarnate. This is our time. Every single one of us who is here on this Zoom right now, who is watching on Facebook or wherever you're coming from, you are here in this moment because you are saying yes to love. You're here because you have chosen to transcend the polarity that's happening on the planet and to drop from your mind into your heart. You are here because you are the ones that we have been waiting for in the Weevolution. You are the ones that have been called to this planet in this time to raise the vibration. The world is changing because we are changing. What we thought wasn't possible is not only possible, it is destined. And it goes like this. Love, 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 till there is no enemy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, 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 till there is no enemy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do good, 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 till goodness becomes you. Do good, 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 till goodness becomes you. Let's sing that together. Love, 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 till there is no enemy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, 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 till there is no enemy.
you. Do good, 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 till goodness becomes you.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
we shall be the peacemakers.
We shall be the peacemakers.
We shall be
We
called
shall be called
the children of
children of
love.
love.
The children of love.
I had to have Jeffrey and his beloved there dancing, and Karen moving and grooving, and what a beautiful song. And I can imagine, Johanna, what it's going to be like hearing songs like that live at your festival. It's going to
Yeah, it's absolutely magical. I've sung with Larisa before on main stage, and she just brings it every time. I'm an artist who actually kind of, when I hit the Bhakti community, I was on every stage. I was singing 12 sets per festival at least, with all the, all my favorite musicians were like, yeah, come play with us, and I was like, oh, wow, great, so I really love to be of service and support just as much as I love to be in the spotlight. And Larisa holds such an incredible space with the band in rehearsal, in her home life, as you've seen, as well as on the stage. She's really, like I was saying last night with Donna, she's really walking her talk.
Yeah.
She's not letting ego get in the way of the teaching. She's a pure channel, and she's able to, obviously, her messages are what we need to hear. It's incredible what she has to offer, and I can't wait to see her play live again. We were at Festival of Colors last year. We've been on that circuit as well, Festival of Colors USA. It's been fun, but that's more of a party scene, and it's great, but we're doing a little bit of a deeper dive, so we'll have the up and the down and the all in between. And Larisa encompasses the darkness, the light, the masculine, the feminine, and her energy is just extraordinary. She calls in the directions at the beginning of every set, so you really feel grounded and centered on the sacred land. I just can't wait. It's perfect to have her on Friday evening, right before Donna Delore.
Amazing. And, one of the things that I just want to say to our audience, I have such pleasure in working with people like Johanna, Larisa, Donna Delore. They're all really nice people. They're all really kind, loving people, like off camera, on camera. And, I grew up in the entertainment industry. I won my first Grammy Award at age 23. I grew up in LA, and there were a lot of people I met that were pretty famous and very cool. And then there are other people you meet that were like totally egomaniacs. But everyone in this whole scene, the people that you are bringing together, they're all just really, really highly evolved human beings that happen to be incredibly talented. So I do appreciate that. And it's special to be as talented as you and Larisa and Donna are, and to still be loving, to still be kind. Right?
Yeah, and you know what Larisa said in her, when she was speaking, she was talking about being friends with her fans, and I've really seen that. When we're at a festival together, she's in the audience, she's with the people, she's connecting with each person. Like I think Ram Dass once said, like they're God in drag. right? You know, that pure love with which she was looking at the camera with
Yeah.
is how she looks at every human being when you're in her field. And that's the real joy of this festival, is that we're going to be together on this land, and the artists are with the people and the people are the artists, and vice versa. You know, we're co-creating this sacred connection and opportunity for us to really see what Scott's talking about, that we are all just people and we're all divine and we're all together working towards that highest self, or, you know, God self, that we're activating through these practices. So,
Well, we've spoken about you and Donna and Larisa, but there's also Jaya Lakshmi, who I have known for decades. And I just received this beautiful video shot, I guess on Thursday night, of you and Jaya Lakshmi playing together. So tell us about this video and I'll play it.
yeah, that sounds great. So Jaya Lakshmi is one of my inspirations as well, and her music came to me at a time that I was going through a dark night of the soul, and I'd ended, you know, as we do, ended a, you know, almost marriage, and, you know, all the things that happen when we're going through those transformations. And I was just kind of on my knees, and I walked into, a friend said, come go to this concert, you know, at the Oregon Country Fair. I'm from Oregon. And I did it, and and it was her, and she was singing this beautiful song, "This Is the Day." But actually, this song that we're going to be playing next is called "Servants of Love." And so, you know, she cracked my heart open. I had a whole spiritual awakening during her channeling her music at the Oregon Country Fair. I had tears running down my face, and I realized what I had learned from Krishna Das and Ram Das as a young songwriter, and that's chanting and mantra music, and that I could too, like she does, activate a space within that a songwriter can live and thrive and can appeal to the Western ear as well as an Eastern ear, because there's mantras, there's English, there's power behind all of it, right? And so this next song actually is interesting. I was playing at the Oregon Solstice Healing Celebration at Brighton Bush, and I was asked to cover one of Jaya Lakshmi's songs, and it hadn't been recorded yet. Someone had heard her play it somewhere. And they asked me to learn this song. She sends me a voice memo of it. This is early in our friendship, and I still really look up to her, and I'm slightly starstruck, you know. And I said, you know, is it okay? They've asked me to cover this song. And she says, I would be honored to have your voice covering this music that just came through me. It would be, you know, my honor and my pleasure. And my heart, again, cracked open, seeing that she sees me as divine also, and in my own power as an artist. And so this is pre her recording it. So now it's out with and she recorded an album with the producer I've been working with, Ben Leinbach. So this is called Servants of Love, and it's that moment of it being a servant of the divine. And she was sitting watching the ocean, and there were whales, and the dolphins were speaking to her. You know, these moments when we're one with the divine and we're one with Mother Nature. And they were saying, we're servants of love. Are you a servant of love too? And she's like, yeah, that's what I'm here for. And so she just told this story right before we played it on Friday night, and I wanted to share it with you. So that really dovetailed with Larisa's message, I felt.
Beautiful. Here we go.
And of course, I added a chant and other things. Singing to the divine. So this is a call response style song. From the earth to the sun, we are one, we are one. Stars in the night, we are light, we are light. Like the stars in the night. free, we are free as the wind upon the sea. We are free, we are free from below and above. We are the servants of love from below and above. We are the servants of love from below and above. We are the servants of love.
That was,
We couldn't help but play along. I was like, oh, how
wow.
does that go? From the earth. No. That was fun, though. She's so inspiring, you know. These messages, I saw Nancy is continuing to share with us about positive languaging. That's the bhakti.
Yeah.
That's the bhakti. How do we create more positivity, you know?
Yeah.
Turning the negative into the positive, creating more space for these messages to come through.
Well, one more time, I'm going to go to your website, and just a reminder to everybody to get your tickets. There's Jaya Lakshmi on all the photos with, and it's so cool. You've got Lydia doing the food. She's like, it's like the best of everything. It's the best musicians, the best food, a beautiful space. September 15th to 18th, the place to be is going to be at the Bhakti Love Reunion. It's going to be amazing.
That's
Absolutely
it.
amazing. And again, and tickets go up tomorrow, right? So today's the day for people to buy tickets.
This is the $222 for the entire weekend right now. So it's changing tomorrow, I believe. Yes. So get your tickets now. I think they're going up to $3 something. And it's going to be well worth your time, your energy, your spirit. Like, your spirit will be awakened, enlightened, and you won't get enough. It just happened for me when I started going to these spaces. And kids are free under 12, by the way, if any parents want to come. We have a kids village that has activities and children's music and kids acro yoga and laughter yoga. So there's opportunity to also help our next generation steward into this path of awakening, of illuminating, of positivity.
Share with people about laughter yoga, because some people may not know what that is.
So laughter yoga is basically laughing.
Now, come on. And laughing, and
then
more
more,
laughing,
and then
and more.
And it continues, and it feeds itself, and then you feel joy, and that joy exudes, and others feel joyous, and they want to laugh with you. Intentionally.
It lightens the world. It lightens the world. I know when I've done laughter yoga, it's like these waves. There's like these waves, and then you're exhausted afterwards. It's really,
well, and if you want a 12-pack, that's the way to go. If you drink beer, just laugh a lot, and it'll give you. But totally superficially, it is very good for your core strength to be doing a lot of laughing. And I have some low back issues and some serious things from the accidents I've been in, and laughter and singing are my two core strengthening exercises that I try to do as much as possible every day. And my back feels great, in addition to, yoga, stretching, meditation. Yeah. So get with it. You won't be able to help but laugh if you join us September 15th through 18th, for good or bad. We'll see. No.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of laughter, a lot of wonderful things. Now, Omashar is available to do a closing song. You can do a closing song. It's your show. How are you feeling?
Well, I have Chad here, and we got to hit the road pretty soon here, but we do have our guitar and and a little percussion. So I thought we might just do a 2-minute meditation chant for
Johanna, that'd be
peace,
great.
if that's okay with you.
It'd be awesome.
Yeah, I just want to bring it in with a mantra for peace. So please sing along, be with us. This is Om Shanti. So Om connects us with each other and with all things. Shanti means peace. Very simple practice. Anyone can do it. You don't even need a melody. You could do this when you're in traffic. That's part of the Bhakti tradition, and why this festival is happening is we want to make these practices accessible to everyone. You know, it's not something weird and out there. Anyone can do this and heal ourselves and each other. So Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And let's just take a breath, take a moment for all those who have passed, all those who are on another plane, all those who are here and suffering on this plane that may need our healing, our peaceful prayers. Breathe love into your heart space. Send love out to the world, out to our brothers and sisters, and then back to our own hearts. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti. Just a couple of more times. Om, in harmony if you hear it. Shanti, Shanti. Last time. Shanti, Shanti, Om. Shanti, Om.
A great idea for you to actually come into our Zoom room. That way we can chat more easily with you. And we have a Shanti, Shanti, Om. Wow.
Just a quick, easy way to tap into that space. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Omashar. Thank you, Chad, for always grounding the Shakti ship as it sails off and with his rhythmic resonance. And thank you, each one of you, for tuning in, listening, and practicing with us. I'll see you September 15th through 18th. And finally give you a hug, Scott. I can't wait.
I know. I'm looking forward to that. And a couple last things I want to let people know. Again, of course, definitely get your tickets for the Bhakti Love Festival and Reunion. And also johannasings.com is where her website is, and there's all sorts of things there, including the beautiful Mantra Sangha that we just played. You can learn all about her Lullaby Yoga that she offers. She's got music. There's a lot of wonderful things with those big, beautiful blue eyes of hers that she's providing. So definitely go to johannasings.com.
Yeah, and you can do a 5-day at-home yoga practice, johannasings.com/5 days, and learn what Lullaby Yoga is. It's a way to reset your nervous system through sound and vibration. Also, you can join me in Costa Rica, March 12th through the 19th, a whole week of yoga, music, sound meditation, sacred chant, and yoga retreat in Costa
Wow.
Rica with my dear friend Sherry Howard. Here is a QR code. What? So just get your phone and do the thing. All right, that's what's going on after Bhakti Love for me, and many more things will be announced. But I just am so grateful to be with you right now, and I hope you have a beautiful present moment day, everyone.
Thank you. Safe driving. I'm going to do a couple more announcements just for our people here.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Johanna. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Global Peace Tribe. Bless you.
Well, the Global Peace Tribe is hitting the road, and next weekend I'm going to be in Ashland, Oregon, and I want to invite any of you who can make it to Ashland to come and meet me there, because our beloved twin ray, Shekinah Ma and Sanandaji, are opening up a brand new space. They have purchased a 2-story building. It's in downtown Ashland, Oregon. It's right next to the Ashland Shakespeare Festival, which is quite famous. And they're having their grand opening next Friday night. That's going to be Friday night, August 19th, from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Come and experience heaven on earth. And here are some photos of their incredible space. It's kind of a combination of a tea room, an art gallery, crystals, all sorts of treasures that'll be there. They're going to have local musicians playing. It's going to be a really exquisite event, and it's open. Shekinah Ma and I've been talking a lot this week. She said, invite the Global Peace Tribe, invite all your friends. So that's an opportunity for you to come to live. And of course, most of you probably can't be there live, so never fear. I'll be doing my Friday night show from their space with the Twin Ray. So next Friday night, August 19th at 7:30 Pacific time, live with the Twin Ray. And we'll also have some dear friends that'll be with us, people that have come for the grand opening. So it's going to be a kind of a unique show next Friday night, and really want to invite you to join us. Nobody sent photos in, so I'm not going to go in a big way with that original possibility that we talked about. But I do want to take a moment and just acknowledge the passing of this beautiful woman, Linda Francis. I chose this photo because you see her husband, Gary, in the background, looking at her with love. And Linda has been on our show a few times, along with Gary. Maximum grace on her journey back home. Maximum grace for Gary. It was very shocking. It was not something that we knew was going to happen. She had a stroke. She passed away the next day. So we love you, Linda. Thank you for lightening our world, and big love for Gary, who I'm actually going to see. Gary, he lives in Ashland, so I'll see him next week when I'm up there. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Johanna, for putting together this amazing festival. And thank you, everybody, for being part of the Global Peace Tribe. And I look forward to seeing you all. Hopefully, some of you in person in Ashland. Thank you, Omashar, for always being there and providing such beautiful music for us. Take care, everybody. Have a wonderful week. And I'm going to go to gallery view. So turn on your cameras and wave and smile. Don't be shy. Take care, everybody, and hope to see you soon. Aloha. Look at those beautiful people. Oh my God, I love all of you. You're so beautiful.